There's something I kind of want to talk about that I saw in a recent-ish, I think it's 4 or 5 days old now. Okay, don't worry, I'm just dying. But anyway, in a recent Jaclyn Glenn video of, people like Riley Dennis and her girlfriend kind of getting pissed off at her and Ariel for talking about gay rights, even though they're technically not gay. Even though Ariel is she said a lesbian or bi, I don't remember. But anyway, and they were saying, you don't have a right to talk about this since you're not in the community, yada, 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 yada.
I've seen Riley do this in her videos too, where she says things along the lines of, if you are not attracted to or don't date transgender people, that you're transphobic. And it's no shock to me that Riley's girlfriend uses the same rhetoric. In my last video about Riley, I talked about how this is the type of mentality that the LGBT community has been fighting against, yet they continue to employ it. Isn't this the exact mentality that the LGBT community has been fighting against for so long, trying to say that your sexual preferences are not a choice? Hasn't that been the struggle, trying to convince people that it's not your choice that you're gay? You just happen to be gay. It's not a choice, right? It's not a choice.
And this kind of got me into the idea of, how there's transphobia and homophobia, to where straight people are kind of afraid of them. And you're yeah, some people can be dicks. It happens. And so I'm going to coin the term heterophobia, because there are some people in the LGBT community that just can't stand the idea of being cis and straight. And to the point of where you will see people, especially on your Twitter feed or somewhere on your comment section, being you can't talk about that because you're a cis straight white male.
Do you know how many people out there that I have clicked with intellectually and emotionally but had no sexual attraction to? A lot of them. I call them my friends. For me, my attraction to someone is so far above and beyond what they have between their legs. I can't even imagine that being a factor. This is so ridiculous. Do you not hear yourself? You're talking about your personal preferences. You can't see beyond what you think and understand that some other people might think and feel differently than you. This is the basis for homophobia. You have this straight person and they look at a gay couple and they just can't understand how that works. Why is a guy attracted to another guy?
And it's just I can't talk about something, even though I'm not berating it, because I'm a cis straight white male? Where does that make any sense? This is, as many of you in the community, especially the SJW, say, allies are important. If you are going to deny the allies to help you, you're not gonna have any left.
Confusing, because it seems like it should be so clear, but people take it too far and they ruin it. And the same damn thing is happening in the LGBT community. I have never once said that trans people do not deserve equal rights. I have often fought for their rights and gotten so much shit as a result of it. All you are doing by saying shit like this is alienating people that could be there to help you. And as much as you want to say that somebody who is straight or somebody that is cis shouldn't be talking about stuff, that's bullshit, okay? There needs to be a majority of people in favor of a certain idea for, politically at least, that idea to take enough momentum to make real change.
If you are going to deny the allies to help you, you're not gonna have any left. So, I'm all for gay rights. I'm all for trans rights. Anything LGBT community, I'm okay with. For the most part. There's only 2 genders. But at the same time, it's sitting here you can't sit there and berate and shame and say someone else is wrong for their sexuality because they're not gay or they're not bi or they're not in the LGBT community, even though they support the LGBT community, and saying their sexuality is wrong because you haven't tried it yet. And that's just the same thing as basically the same thing as some Christian dude saying, oh, yeah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about because God. You are becoming what you hate. Thank you, Screeching Weasel. But it's sitting here Why can't people who are straight help you?
At the end of the day, whether or not you want to admit it, you need allies, and all you are doing is alienating people and pushing people further away from that. I feel like by standing against people who are radical like this, who have these extreme ideas, who kind of ruin the name of the movement for everyone, I feel like by standing against those people, I am doing more of a service for people who are transgender than they are. And you can sit there and you can call me a bigot, and you can call me a transphobe, and you can label me as many different horrible things as you want, and you can outrage people, and you can appeal to their emotion all day. I don't give a shit. I am so tired of this whole thing being ruined. I'm tired of nothing that I ever say being understood, things being picked apart, people focusing on what they want to focus on just so they can act like I have a problem, just so they can get people enraged and on their side, because isn't it fun to fight on the internet?
Seriously, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. You do not need to berate somebody for helping you. Hello, this is tech support. My name is Raj. How can I help you? Even though that was a really horrible Indian accent. But you get the idea. This just boggles my mind that people are sitting here like, oh yeah, and this has become another rant video. I'm not going to let this go on much longer because it doesn't need to. Let people help you. Let people be your ally in the LGBT community. You don't have to be part of it to talk about it and help you out. By denying that help, you're only going to make things worse. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and be prepared for the hate. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come at me.